So look, I'm currently out right now in the indoors. Shout out to the outdoors. The sky is red hot. Shout out to the green leaves over there. Shout out to Jordan Green. Shout out to Jordan Purple. And I'm currently enjoying nature. I'm currently enjoying this fresh air. And you know, it's been a crazy week. I literally worked like 44 hours the past like 5 days. It's crazy. But today I'm taking the time to unwind. And so what I want to talk about in today's video is that your motive on God could be wrong. Your perception on God could be wrong. Like, you don't even realize this. I didn't even realize this, that I was trying to use God. I was trying to utilize him to like satisfy my own desires. Like it says in the Bible, ask and you shall receive. And I was like, okay, so I should be blessed. I should be always blessed by the Lord. I'm gonna ask for these things, and I should be receiving them because it says ask and you shall receive. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep asking God for this certain thing in my life, and I kept asking and asking and asking, but this was actually distracting me from his purpose, because my goal was not to get closer to him. It was to get closer towards my desire. And I was trying to use God to satisfy that desire. And that's not going to work, right? Because just like a little kid, you know, a little kid, like if you have a piece of candy, right? Or if the parent has a piece of candy, the kid is not going to want the parent, right? Like they're going to want the candy. They're not going to think about anything else but the candy in their hands, right? In the parent's hands, right? But in order for the kid to receive this candy, they have to listen to the parent, listen to the Father, listen to God, right? And that's how you can receive these blessings, is by listening to him, not by fulfilling your own desire. Because if you're going to try to just chase these blessings, chase the candy, you're not going to receive it, because you're trying to satisfy your own desire. But if you're not listening to the parent, if you're not listening to the Father, if you're not listening to the way, the truth, and the life, how do you expect to actually receive these blessings? How do you actually expect to be rewarded by the Father, by God? But yeah, you gotta really change your mindset on God. Like you may believe that there is one God, but even the demons believe in one God and they tremble. They still believe in God, yet they tremble. And the reason is because they believe in him. They believe that he's there. Everyone can believe that there is a God, but you gotta follow him. But if you're following your own desires, if you're being led by your own desires, by this world, you're gonna be further astray from him. You're gonna be further away from him because you're not connecting to him. Your goals, your plans, your heart is not aligning with his plan, with his heart, with his motive. But look, if your overall motive is just to use God to get your own desires, you're not really on this walk. You're not really for him. You're not living for him. You're living for yourself. You know, a man that loses his life for his sake, for God, will find eternal life. But if you gain your life through your own ways, this is where you will find destruction. You will find death. Because right now you're trying to gain your life through your own desires, through your own ways. You're not trusting in God. You're not putting your faith to the test. Because if you actually trusted in God, you would be unsure, right? And I'm in this uncertainty, this unsurety, like I don't even know if that's a word, but hey, like I'm right now, like I'm in this little season of uncertainty. But I mean, this is low-key like the best spot, because this is where your faith is actually tested. Your faith is truly tested at this very moment. Because if you were certain for the things you were gonna do in like 50 years from now, you wouldn't need faith, right? Because you would already have a set and structured plan, right? You would just have to keep going, right? But that would not be relying on God. You would not have to actually focus and rely on God, because now you already know the trajectory, the plan of your life. But no one knows their life, right? Like no one knows what is going to happen tomorrow. Like Jesus, he could come back tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? But hey, if he does, hey, y'all better be ready. I better be ready. Low key, I still have a lot to learn. I still have so much to learn. Hey, the plane, he's coming back. He's coming back. Yo, but man, this video, I don't even know if anyone's watching at this point, but yeah, man, like you just gotta trust in him. Trust in him. Stop following your own desires and follow Him. Because if you try so hard to achieve these things by yourself, you're not going to do it. You can't do it by yourself. You just got to accept that. Like, you want to say, "Oh, I'm gonna be, the alpha. I'm a make sure to do everything by myself. I don't need anyone else's help." But you do, bro. You do. Because I wouldn't have gotten out of my addiction to the hub, like to watching all that nasty stuff for years, if it wasn't for Him, if it wasn't for the Lord. Because if I did it, like, I tried to do it on my own, but it didn't work. I tried hundreds of times to do it on my own, yet it never worked out. But the moment I started to pray, the moment I said, "You know what? I'm letting go. I'm giving my life to God. I'm giving my life up to Jesus, that He is going to have a better plan for me, because I can't do this on my own, and I know I can't do it on my own. I know I can't do it on my own. So that's why you need Him. You need Him to guide you, to lead you. And this is where, once you start to listen to Him, once you start to trust in Him, this is where you can actually receive these blessings. But if you're going to try so hard to do things on your own, you are relying not on Him, but on your own desires. And this is where you're not going to be able to receive these blessings. Because, it's crazy, like, even for YouTube, right? Like, I would try so hard for so many of these videos, and they would get 50, 60 views, and I'm like, "Lord, why is it not working out? Like, I'm putting my everything into these videos. And yet it still feels like it's come up to nothing. Like, it's futile. Like, everything is just down the drain." But the motive I had behind these videos, like, yes, I want to, like, the reason why I want to see these numbers grow and all that, because I want to see the result. I want to see the outcome, the people I'm impacting. But I didn't even realize that I was being led by these numbers, by these little algorithm. I say, you already know how YouTube works. If you're a YouTuber, hey, you already know. Like, we try to get that algorithm. We try to boost our videos, and yet, when all that doesn't work out, like, we feel empty, right? We feel like, oh, like, yeah, that video, then we start taking down the videos. Yeah, these videos aren't good enough anymore. And so it's that type of process that really destroys us. But why is it that when we make, like, these certain videos, that we don't try? Like, why is it that all the videos that I put the minimal effort into, that blow up? Like the reaction video that I just did of that OF girl that gave her life to Christ. That is my most popular video now. Like, what? That's crazy. Like, I made a whole 1 year, 2 year nofab transformation, 2 years of content into a video, gets 200 views. But then me reacting to something, I mean, obviously it was very good. It was very blessed. It was amazing. And that got over 5,000 views. Same with, like, the Sneeko JT. That's another reaction video. I rebuked that throat demon. That was another reaction video that I made. Got almost another 5,000 views. And I'm looking at this like, dang, like, it's crazy, because it's like the content I put minimum effort into is the ones that go up the most. But then I realized it's not that I'm putting minimum effort into it. It's the motive. The motive behind it is changed. Because I'm not making this video to go on the algorithm or to satisfy certain people. No. It's literally just me and being me. Like, me watching the video, me reacting to the video, and me giving my insight. And so I'm like, wait. So it's behind the motive. The whole thing is behind the motive. So your motive with God, it could be wrong. You may rely on God for your blessings, but you're not going to receive the blessings if you're just going to want Him for the blessings, right? Because that's just manipulation. That's just trying to utilize God for your own desires. But if you actually seek Him with a true and sincere heart, this is where you will receive these blessings. this is where you will be rewarded. Because now God can look at you and be like, huh, okay, like I know that if I give him these blessings right now, he's not gonna turn away from me. He's not gonna go back to his worldly ways, because now I know, I could tell, because God, he doesn't judge a book by its cover. He judges you by your heart, by what's inside. Yo, this walk with Christ is crazy. You gotta be ever changing. You can't just be stagnant. You can't just be stuck on one way. Like, you can believe that there is a God, right? But even the demons believe and they tremble. You see, they believe in a God. They believe, everyone can believe that there is one God. But if you don't actually follow him, if you don't actually follow him instead of your own desires, instead of your worldly habits, your worldly things, the things of this world, then you're going to be subjected to the world, because you're not following him. Because your plan, my plan, like a lot of the time is like, oh, I want to get so many subscribers, all these views and all this, right? Maybe your plan is to get money, right? But if your ultimate goal is just that, then you're not going to succeed. Because I could just tell you right now, like, if you're going to be doing anything for the numbers, for the money, for the fame, it's going to be very short-lived, because you're chasing after a certain feeling, a certain end goal, right? You're chasing after the destination. But a man who loves the journey will walk further than the man who loves the destination. Eee! You see, you gotta keep moving forward, just like that plane. There's only one way that plane can go, and that's forward. Eee! Yo, I don't know if that plane heard me, but hey, I just set out a he to him. So maybe he'll hear it. Who knows? But hey, right now I'm just enjoying, I'm just living, I'm just learning, I'm constantly learning, like on this walk. Like, I was literally at work like the other day, and they were saying you can never not improve. Like, you can always improve. There's always something that you can improve on. There's always something that you could work on. You're never perfect, right? No one is perfect. That's why we've all fallen short to the glory of God. And it says in the Bible that if you renounce yourself as perfect, you are basically putting what Jesus did on the cross down to the dirt. You are basically putting what he did to nothing. And that is crazy, right? Because if you're going to renounce yourself as perfect, then you're putting what he did for us to nothing. So hey, no one's perfect. We all got to keep learning, improving, growing, flowing, and rowing. And we're going to keep going. Hey, bars. But hey, I'm ending this video off. I hope you guys stay blessed, stay wealthy, rebuke the kingdom of darkness, and embrace the kingdom of righteousness. And remember to keep surpassing your limits. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.